Welcome back. It's the Flow Friday Sports Show on Flow FM, and it's time to have a look at the Great Flinders Netball Association after a thrilling final last weekend, and I'm sure there's another thriller waiting tomorrow. Alex Stratford is on the line with me to talk through it all. How's it going, Alex?
Good, thank you.
Very good. Your finals campaign is kicking off tomorrow. How are the nerves feeling?
Oh, the butterflies in my belly, they definitely started fluttering about Monday. I've been very nervous all week, but hopefully that's a good thing.
Fair enough. Well, it's been a long wait with you and your Tumby Bay teammates and also all the Elliston girls getting last weekend off. But we'll talk about your game in a moment. But it was Lock and Cummins Kapini last weekend at Lock, and the Cougars went on the road and came away with a very good win, 41-39, to keep their season alive.
Yeah, it was definitely a very windy day up at Lock. Not shooters weather whatsoever, but they made the most of it, and the scoreline doesn't really reflect that. I think it just shows such a quick game that it was on Saturday between Lock and Cougars, and the pace of netball that these two teams play. But Lock got out there. Good defensive skills between Whitney Wright and Chrissy Zirk, who they welcomed back into the defensive circle. They played very well together on young Hannah Green and Bree Shepherd. It was definitely, a bit of back and forth for the first couple of minutes while everyone got their groove, the nerves. Brooke Nisbet down the other end for Cougars, she picked up handy intercepts and made it difficult for Lisa Smith in goal shooter for Lock. At the start of the second quarter, it was very even for the first couple of minutes again, and Lock were dropping the goals. They got a 4-goal lead, so they were up the majority of this game, and I think they had the lead there and the speed, but Cougars definitely needed to dig deep for the second half, which they absolutely did. Cougars were down by 7 at half time, and within the first couple of minutes of that second half, Hannah Green, she shot some long bombs, 3 solid shots in a row, and she brought the gap back to 4. So Cougars just kept fighting in that second half and definitely brought it back. There was lots of use of the tactical changes, which was really good to see, get some fresh legs onto the court. But Lock, unfortunately, their season is finished for 2024, and Cougars will continue on, and they'll play in the prelim final at Kapini next week. But the best players for the day were Lisa Burrows for Lock and Tara Millard for Cummins Kapini.
Great win by the Cougars. They march on to the prelim final next weekend, and they'll play either Tumby Bay or Elliston Districts, depending on who loses tomorrow's game. The winner will go straight through to the grand final, and Cummins Kapini, I'm sure they're full of belief. They haven't actually beaten either of Tumby Bay or Elliston Districts this year, but they have drawn with both of them, so maybe they'll be practicing their extra time antics at training. We'll see what the next couple of weeks hold for them, but it's a big game for you tomorrow, Alex, between Tumby Bay and Elliston Districts at Poochera.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great tussle between Tumby and Elliston Districts. It has been for the last couple of years as well. Like we say, a rematch of the 2023 Grand Final once again. Young gun Maisie Curtis for Tumby Bay and Ruby Baker for Elliston Districts. They'll look to step up and show their worth for the respective teams. We will have intense matchups both all the way down the court. Kelsey Hull, Nikki Schubert for Elliston District's defence on Stacey, Ilka and Maisie. They'll rotate through that shooter's end, and Tumby Bay's Renee Birkin, Summer Cave, and myself, hopefully down the defensive end for Tumby Bay. The momentum can swing either way. Elliston Districts, they'll have this home ground advantage that I spoke about last week, and both teams looking to work and fight really hard just to solidify a spot into that grand final.
It's going to be a very good game between two big rivals. Like you said, they were the grand finalists last year, and it's trending to potentially go that way again this year. Cummins Kapini standing in the way of whichever team doesn't get up and punch their ticket to the grand final tomorrow. In addition to the A grade, there are, of course, a bunch of other games going on tomorrow. Who else is playing tomorrow around the association, Alex?
So at 10:30 we have our E grade, Tumby Bay versus Ramblers. D grade at 12 will be Ramblers versus Tumby Bay. B reserves at 1:30pm is Ellison Districts versus Tumby Bay. B grade at 3pm is Ellison Districts versus E United. A reserves at 1:30pm is Ellison Districts versus Tumby Bay. And as we've just mentioned, at 3pm the A grade will be Tumby Bay versus Ellison Districts.
Tumby Bay and Elliston Districts pretty well represented on the day, but good to hear some of the other teams will be in action as well. And in addition to that, it's also the junior count this weekend, Alex.
Yeah, so our junior count will go live on the YouTube premiere at 1pm and 1:45 for the Great Flinders football. So make sure you can set up and get watching, and congratulate the winners tomorrow.
All right, huge weekend ahead in Great Flinders netball. Good luck to everyone taking the court tomorrow. Alex, good luck to you. Hopefully the nerves subside a little bit before the game kicks off at 3 o'clock. I'm sure it's going to be a great game, and I'm looking forward to getting your recap of it next week.
Thank you very much. We'll talk then.